Hey guys, Andrew here, back with another video. So last night the Grammys were on, and of course I didn't watch it, but I want to take you guys through my favorite things that won last night and the things that I personally thought got snubbed that should have won last night. So the first pick I have is Lady Gaga and Ariana Grande for the song Rain on Me that won for a pop duo group performance. And honestly, if you don't own this 7-inch vinyl, like, dude, you are missing out. But second, check out the album this is off of, because dude, it is awesome. I just love hearing Ariana Grande and Lady Gaga on a track together. It is totally one of the best songs off the album. Do check it out. Definitely well deserved. The second pick we have here is Best Progressive R&B Album, Thundercat. It is what it is, and dude, if you don't already know about this album, I mean, look at this album artwork. This is one of the funkiest albums to come out of 2020. And I know that that might sound weird to hear it's a progressive R&B album, but I mean, parts of this album are R&B, and to me, sections of it are. So to call it a progressive R&B album is a stretch, obviously, but you know what? I'm willing to accept Thundercat getting anything for this because it is a damn good album, and if you don't have it on vinyl or CD or anything, or you just haven't streamed it, dude, you're missing out. This is one of the best albums of 2020, in my opinion, for sure. Our third pick is the best rap album, and this might be a controversial pick from the Grammys. I know it's been stirring up some controversy, mainly because Nas should have won back in the day. But first of all, I just want to say I love how Nas uses modern artists like Little Durk and and Big Sean and all these cool dudes that I think are personally good. And there is the Full Circle song on here as well, which that's on one track where I'm like, Foxy Brown wasn't that good on it, but the rest of the dudes did pretty good. AZ's pretty good on there. But let's be honest. The Firm wasn't that good back in the day, wasn't it? Yeah. So having that randomly thrown on the album was kind of weird. But I want to say this album has great production from Hit Boy, and to me, Nas did a really good job of interpreting modern beats with his voice and making it sound good. So I know that this is a controversial pick because Freddie Gibbs, definitely, in my opinion as well, should have been considered for winning it. He did get nominated, and maybe he should have won over it. Honestly, yeah, it's the better album. But for me, I'm happy and satisfied that Nas won a Grammy for this album because it is still a solid project in my eyes for what it is, for sure. So, our next pick is the best reggae album, which we have here. Hold on a second, I grabbed two by accident. Problems, folks. Bloopers. We have Toots, and I hope I say this right, Maytals, probably said that wrong. I apologize in advance. Got to be tough. And from my understanding, this is the last album that was recorded with the lead singer before he died from can't say that, sorry. Caught myself there. Before he died from disease I can't say on YouTube. And honestly, regardless of that fact, this is a pretty solid reggae album. I mean, it talks a lot about police brutality, it talks a lot about issues going on in the world, and yet it's a upbeat, very upbeat sounding album. And I think that that's really cool. Obviously, that's what reggae is all about, upbeat sounds. And to me, this was a really solid effort, and I was happy to see it win, for sure. And if you haven't checked this album out, stop what you're doing right now and go check this album out. It is worth your time. It is very fun. It's very well thought-provoking. I can't believe I'm saying those things in the same sentence, but it's a really well put together album, and you should check it out. The next one we have is Dewey Lupa, Future Nostalgia. I don't know why I hesitated on that. For pop vocal album. Now this was a album that this is a pressing here. That's the early pressing, not the one with the added songs in it. But I do want to say this album is, dude, it's just plain fun. Like Dewey Lupa on this project is giving it her 100%. It is an album that is booming with production. It just makes you want to damn dance. And dude, if you haven't checked this thing out, do it right now. It is a fantastic record, well worth the win for a pop record. And it's just a damn good album. You should check it out. So the next one we have is specifically a song, and I'm sure this is in reverse on the camera, but it's Body Counts. It's Bum Rush. And Bum Rush is off Body Count's new album. Here, look at this thing. I mean, look at all this stuff going on. If you're not familiar with Body Count is a metal / rap group with Ice-T as the frontman. And yes, I just said Ice-T. I'm probably blowing some people's minds right now. But yes, Ice-T sings and also raps on this with a metal band behind him. And dude, honestly, to some that you might be scratching your heads at Ice-T behind a metal band. What? Dude, check it out. It works. It's very thought-provoking. There's so much talk of, like, things going on in the world on here. And it just rocks, dude. This album is awesome. I mean this with no hesitation. If you have not checked this album out, stop what you're doing right now. Check this album out. It is freaking awesome. So now we're getting into the category, or no, I apologize, before we get out of here on that one. So, the one song that I did order on vinyl in December that I did not get, but I'm going to discuss it anyways, that won for a Grammy this year as well, was the rap song performance, which is Lockdown by Anderson .Paak. And honestly, Lockdown is Anderson .Paak being vulnerable and, speaking out about police brutality and, letting us know how he feels and, speaking out about injustice that's going on. And honestly, it's a great song that if you haven't checked out, I mean, what are you doing? Seriously, go check it out. It's a great song. And now we're going to move on to the This Should Have Won, Why Didn't It Win category. So the first pick I have is The Baby, and the first song that we're going to talk about is Rockstar. Rockstar is a song that not only has this fun guitar behind it that's really cool, but has this great production behind it with the baby screaming, brand new Lamborghini pop. It's a fun song, and honestly for me, the Black Lives Matter remix of the song, hands down, should have earned this song a Grammy Award. It's such a shame that it did not. It got snubbed, and in every category that this thing was nominated for. Honestly, it could have won Best Rap Song over Megan Thee Stallion's song, and that might be controversial with the Beehive and all that, but sorry. Yeah, sorry, not sorry. It should have won. And let's move on to the next one, which is Roddy Ricch. Please excuse me for being antisocial. And the big one on here that should have won was The Box, because it was such... Dude, that song was freaking everywhere. There's no way you could avoid it. So, why didn't it win? But also, I would have been happy to see this album be nominated for Best Rap Album, because it honestly was one of the best rap albums that I had heard. Honestly. It had so much fun production, it had a lot to say, and honestly, it's just a damn good album. So, you know, it's a shame that it didn't get nominated. And the last pick that I have that should have won was Little Baby's The Bigger Picture. Now, it was nominated for Best Rap Song, I believe. Oh, well. You know, at least they let him perform it, I suppose, at the Grammys. But, yeah, no, honestly, that song should have won. Like, for real. I'm just disappointed that it didn't win. But, you know, big ups to the Grammys for at least nominating it, I suppose. But otherwise, whatever, you know. It's sad that it didn't win. So, that's all I got to say about this, and I'll see you guys in the next video.